on a strike, YouTube. Don't do that to me. Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke. And this one right here, who oddly looks like a pirate, maybe even the Joker, is... lagging.
And I'm Emily. Wow. I can't believe you did that. How rude.
What do you mean rude?
Looking like a pirate. That is so rude.
Garr.
So rude. Listen, if she's a pirate, she's a very cute one. But I am Emily. Welcome. Tonight, we are having a little Christmas moment. We continue in our solstice journey for chapters 5 through 11 of A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you've joined, just know we do these sections often. I am just a dude who reads this kind of stuff. But this one right here is the Smut Oracle. She is our guide, taking us through this kind of fantasy and smutty content. You can check her out on Instagram, TikTok, all over the place. And she does all sorts of book-related things and has got a pretty good community if you like this kind of stuff. The Kitchen Couch is where you come to just experience things through my eyes, my friends' eyes, and really just kind of get weird with some things. We have a membership. We've got things to buy. Go check us out on YouTube. It's really good. We've already done the first 3 books in this series. We're doing this one. We're going to launch the 5th one pretty soon once we're finished with this short little group. But I'm going to quit right now and let this one get after it. So, can you hit us with a recap, Emily?
I can give you a bit of a recappy cap. So chapters 5 through 11, we are going with a mix of quiet intimacy, political tension, and people aggressively pretending that they are fine. So we open with a soft moment between Feyre and Rhys, where she's fully in her let me take care of you era. And we get her first real thoughts on maybe someday having his baby. Casual, no pressure, just future high lady things. Then we jump into Moore's POV, which is a first, and can't wait to hear the reaction from our baby friend Luke over here. And immediately, it's not relaxing. She and the gang head to the Hewn City for a confrontation with Eris and her father, and we get a flashback to the moment Eris found her on the border. It adds context, but not clarity. The tension there is still doing the most. Chapter 7 zooms out to check in on the rest of the world. Jurian and Vasa are stepping up in the human lands. Lucian is bouncing between the Spring Court and the continent. And Azriel is absolutely not keeping tabs on Elaine's mate. According to Azriel. Sure, buddy, we believe you, totally. Back to Cassian for chapter 8, where we get to meet Emery, an Illyrian shopkeeper's daughter, who immediately gives Nesta coded energy, and Cassian notices, because of course he does. Chapters 9 and 10 brings us back to Fey, who almost joins a paint and sip night like a well-adjusted person, but instead chooses emotional introspection and paints a self-portrait alone in an abandoned gallery because... growth, but let's make it solitary. Then Rhys heads to the Spring Court in chapter 11 to confront Timmy Tam and say everything we've all been thinking. And while it is deserved, it's also clear Tamlin is already wrecked. So it lands less like victory and more like, yeah, this is just sad now. We end on a lighter note, flirting, some solstice shopping, and Rhys buying Amren outrageously expensive jewels like the High Lord that he is. So these chapters are soft domestic moments with baby fever creeping in, more revisiting trauma, while Eris continues to be suspiciously complicated. Everyone just kind of letting Lucian and Elaine figure out their own lives with straight faces, and Feyre choosing emotional self-reflection over paint and sip like a true artiste that we know that she is, right, Luke? So, are you ready?
Oh, no one comes to the Kitchen Couch for the food. Let's hit it. Oh boy. This was filler. We talked about it last time. This is five or six chapters of filler. It's what this was. The more chapters were boring. Sorry, I was bored. It literally added nothing new. There was no new context. The cool part. There was a lot of cool parts. I think the beginning, or this is the resolution. I think of Tamlin, and it feels like the resolution of Tamlin and Rhysand's relationship, or negative relationship. From here we build, right? We, I
And
think
now
we
we're best
all
friends.
the thing. Well, I think the thing that like I think we can all identify with in one way or another is is rock bottom.
Mhm.
Meg in the chat said I agree. Yes, Meg. Rock bottom. Not just a famous move made famous by Dwayne the Rock Johnson circa 1998 when he'd hit you with the rock bottom and then the people's elbow. No, Tamlin's rock bottom. I've been at rock bottom. I can remember the times. Plural. More than a few. It sucks, and sometimes it takes your oldest friend kicking you in the ass to say, "Hey, buddy, I fucking hate you, and here's the reason why." And
Mhm.
you've been hiding from it this whole time. And it doesn't matter the strides you've made because they're all symptoms. You're addressing symptoms and
Right.
not a problem. And that has been a running theme in my life. So it's going to be a running theme for the last week or two. It's going to be a running theme in this episode.
Mhm.
Outside of that, like I said, more stuff was kind of boring. The Cassian stuff was just okay. I don't understand why no one's buying stuff from this chick. Still,
Yeah,
I don't.
because
I don't quite get it.
well, it's kind of like racism a little bit.
Sure,
Mm,
but
like racism and sexism.
like we died together. Like let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Right.
Like I bleed the same blood as yours. There's
She
just
does,
it
but
was.
she's a woman and her wings were clipped and, now she's running this shop
I
that should be run by a man in
I
their
do
culture.
I do love. I do enjoy a new POV though. Okay, yeah, actually, I agree. I enjoy the new POV too, especially the Rhysand and Azrael conversation. That conversation carried me through this section. It was so ADHD, and it actually sounded like Rhysand was talking to himself
Mhm.
in a weird way. It sounded like Azrael was a fiction of Rhysand's imagination.
Okay.
Like as if Azrael was there as someone to. But does that make sense? Like, like if you go back and reread it and
Um,
you're like, hey, Azrael's imaginary, or a part of. If you just thought like, oh, Azrael is really just a part of his power that's manifested into an Illyrian. It's actually just really talking to himself. It would. That's what it would. That's how I read. If you go back and reread it, like they are
it
so
does.
tight, they are so close that they kind of just know
Yeah.
every little bit about each other,
Yeah.
and I love that. I thought it was so
Yeah.
cool. It really strengthens their character together because you do get the
Yeah.
like, hey,
Well,
this is me talking to my best friend, my brother, stuff early,
correct.
but this is even better.
So almost next to no plot happens, but you find out more stuff about the past, about relationships, about what's going on in the world at large, other things like that.
Correct.
So if you don't read this book for the plot because there's not much.
I think.
But there are things that you need to know and like fun connections that get made throughout these chapters and throughout the whole rest of this small novella.
You call this small. This was a very large book for me the vast majority of my lifetime. Just
Mm.
FYI, this isn't small for me. Pause. Pause. So let's just go over. Can we do the thing? Can we
Yeah,
stop for the beginning and talk about the big
right
moments?
from the very beginning. Yes, at
Mm-hmm.
chapter 5. So basically we start off with Feyre being a mother hen. She's like, have you eaten? And he's like, no, actually I haven't. And she feeds him and it's like, it's so cute. And Luke hated it. Go ahead.
I hated it. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I've lived it. I've lived it from the Rhysand's point of view. I've lived it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
mean,
like
everyone has lived this.
it's like, hey, I just want to like I want to do stuff to you. Can we not? Like, I'm not hungry. Don't feed. Like, it's not that
But
important.
he is though. Like
No,
he does need to eat.
listen. That's so funny because I was talking to somebody about this recently. Like, Did you know how much girls love breakfast? Have we talked about this?
Oh, we have talked about it on the show. Yes,
Okay.
everyone is aware that
Yeah.
girls love breakfast and a
Girls
brunch.
love breakfast. Oh God,
Mhm.
yeah. Like I maybe eat once a day. Now my meals are packed with food. Like
Okay.
so much food it would make you like you're still eating. What's wrong with you? Like I eat so
Yeah.
much food. But I like maybe eat once a day. And so this whole like her it sounded a little bit like nagging, to be honest with you. That's how it read in my brain, just because that's where I come from. I was just like, why are you pushing me to eat? You're horny, I'm horny. What are we doing? I don't want to eat. I got let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. I hear that. As a person that forgets to eat all the time because of my ADHD, Evan is constantly like, "Why have you not eaten? Like, what is you need to eat?" And I'm always like, "No, I don't." And then I start eating and I'm like, "Oh, I do actually need to eat." So I felt very like I think it's come from a very caring kind of place.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah,
I do
absolutely.
too. I like that. Ooh. Sorry, I just saw it on YouTube. Speaking of ADHD, the I do too. It just struck me as I don't know. It just was like you're not listening to him. Please listen to him. It just I don't know.
I didn't get that at all. I felt like she was doing a really good job of taking care of him. And sometimes you have to do the thing that you need to do, even if it's not the thing you want to do.
No, I do. I am frustrated with him for not like taking care of himself because he's an adult.
Right.
I like if someone is like forcing food down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is too important, and she even says that. Nothing is too important.
Totally.
So I did get that too, but I was just
like girl shit. We also find out about Feyre's period. So how are you about reading about Feyre's period?
Yeah.
I was reading and I was like, oh, I forgot about this. I wonder what Luke's going to have to say about this.
I love the familial thing about it, actually, to be frank with you. She was like, I don't know how I'm going to explain this to Nesta and Elaine. Like, they're going to be in so much pain. Like, I've had up to 5 to 10 periods in my life also. So when it's that time of year for me, I really try to like just seclude myself in my little basement apartment and not talk to anybody, and warm blankets, hot baths, a lot of tea.
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of tea. And no, I thought it was cool. Like, let's say anything you can add to the world, to the universe, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we find out. But we did find out they suck. So the Fae periods suck, but you only have 2 a year versus once a month. So I mean, I don't know which would be better or worse.
But that tracks. And also like the only, I'd like to, Alice wrote in TikTok said, I'd like to find a friend to share interesting daily anecdotes with. I'd like you to find that too. And then also Liz said, girls love breakfast food. I don't eat breakfast, but give me waffles anytime. Fuck, dude, a waffle is so good. I eat waffles every Sunday. I go to church, and then after church, I go to the bar and I drink soda water and I eat a waffle. And they bring it right out to me, and I pour fucking syrup in every little crevice of that son of a bitch, and then cut myself a little bit of. They're like, are you sure you want more syrup? Because the syrup bottle's got like this much left in it, and they give me a brand spanking new one. I smother that thing. It is essentially a piece of candy.
Pro tip is that you ask them for hot syrup.
It's warm.
Yeah.
It's warm.
Yeah, I agree. But Meg also said a lot of authors don't talk about women's issues such as periods. So I thought it was pretty cool as well. I like this is also included.
I like it as a precursor to childbirth. It's a precursor.
Also, talking about like the fertility window and why it also makes more sense as far as like why having kids is rare, because you only have 2 times a year to make one. 2 opportunities.
Liz, be careful what you put on the internet, because I will literally say something not appropriate to what you just said. Because
she was talking about the pancakes.
She's talking about the waffles, and I understand. That's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, my brain immediately goes to Emily, you know.
Luke is the most handsome High Lord. Luke
Emily,
is the most cunning High Lord.
Emily, you know. 2 hands.
I don't want to. Thank you. Bye.
You do know. 2 hands. You need 2 hands to count. You know. If you're
I
single,
fully aware what I said. There you go, Liz. I love you.
hell yeah.
I love that. So anyway, we find out about that. It explains a lot about why there aren't as many Fae children. Oh my god, stop. Stop. We're talking about making babies. We do not need you growling in our ears. Or maybe
Making babies and syrup. And
you.
syrup. And syrup.
We're talking about pancakes. We're talking about baby making, and then he's growling in the mic. Everyone is welcome. Ooh. The internet is welcome.
So I agree with her because breakfast food is really good. Hot take, bacon is a better topping.
You don't like bacon by yourself. We covered this.
Yeah. Well, but we were deep in the zone. I mean, we were deep in the video when we got to. But yeah, I'm a waffles over pancake guy forever. Pancakes are lazy waffles. I am only actually going to eat bread.
Yeah.
For breakfast food. Because biscuits are so fucking good. Yeah, biscuits are unbelievable. I think my favorite breakfast sandwich is going to be the spicy chicken sandwich they used to serve at Burger King. Excuse me, spicy chicken biscuit they used to serve at Burger King. You put a little mustard on it. Oh god, so good.
I'm gonna go with a honey butter chicken biscuit. Shout out Whataburger, Texas.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I feel you on that. Okay. So anyway, we had a little moment talking about her period and how awful that was. And yes, she's like, oh, I was going to have to figure out how to tell Lane and Nesta about this. And also Nesta's been still holed up all by herself in her own townhouse, in her own little slum apartment. And she's like, she's going to have to find a way to send word because I'm going to have to help take care of her. And here she is, still taking care of everybody, even in a new realm when she's got jobs and things to do. So good for her.
Yeah. Feyre's mother is still doing Feyre's mother things into her ear. What I'm so sort of surprised about? Slight segue. We don't find anything out about Feyre's mother in the first 3 books. Super surprised.
And we haven't found anything about her here either.
Yeah. Ooh, shout out to my chorus director, music director person at my church. Just finished after like a few days, a court of the first one.
Yeah, Court of Thorns and Roses.
Thank you. I've got both books sitting over there, 3 and 5, and I looked over there like I was going to give me answers, and guess what? It's not sitting over there.
No.
And she was like, I love this. This is so funny. I love this. It's so for me. And I was like, I love it because it's not for me. And we had a full on discussion today about it. It was awesome. Yeah, it was really sweet.
So as we move on from here, we find out kind of like how Rhys is feeling about everybody still. And he's still like, I hate Nesta still. Like, I'm not a fan. I'm never going to be a fan. I can't get over how shitty she was to you growing up. So like what I love about Rhys is that he hates the same people that you hate. And he's like loyal in that. He's in it for life.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how you felt about Rhys, his steadfast hatred towards people.
Tamlin, as well as Nesta, all of that.
Yes. And is that a bond thing, or is that his choosing outside of the bond, do you think?
I don't know, because I identify it so hard. Our friends choose not to tell me things sometimes until they know whether or not they're done with a person before they will tell me details, because that person will be dead to me.
Yeah, I respect that.
So some of our friends will choose, if they're having issues or, fights with significant others or other friends, not to tell me about shitty things that people do to them, because when I find out, I am so mad on their behalf that I can't not hate them going forward. And
yeah, I think
I am very authentic in my emotions and thoughts and feelings. So if I do not like you, you know. I don't mind it.
I think I'm the same way. I've got a few things that are like point of no return situations. And the moment those people cross those barriers, regardless, I'm like, oh no, I'm out forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like don't expect anything from me.
Yeah. So Meg in the chat says if he hates Nesta so much, he should hate Elaine too for the same reasons. And she literally says that. She's like, well, why don't you hate Elaine? And he says, no. She says, if you blame one, you have to blame the other. And he says, no, I don't. Elaine is Elaine. Nesta is... She's Illyrian. I mean that as a compliment, but she's an Illyrian at heart, so there is no excuse for her behavior. So he basically is like, Elaine is too stupid to even know what's happening. Like, she's in her own little fairy flower growing world. But like Nesta knows exactly what she's doing, and I would respect her if she wasn't so shitty. But because she's shitty, I can't respect her. And honestly, Rhys, same.
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 You got a lot of explaining to do, as they say. Yeah, Lane's softer than baby shit. So yeah, it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Yell at her?
Yeah. And so Feyre is like, look, I've forgiven her, so I feel like you can forgive her because it happened to me. And like, I get that. I do, Feyre. But he's like, so what, should that be my solstice gift to you? Forgiving Nesta for letting her 14-year-old sister go into those woods? And I'm like, that's right, Rhys. Be petty. Be petty about it. Keep that petty Betty fever going forever.
Yeah. But like, Rhys is for sure the person who would like fly his enemy up into the sky and drop them. Yeah. Which I like.
I don't mind it at all.
No.
She's like, they're playing this like thought for a thought, tell me things, and she's like, well, I got invited to a paint and sip night tonight. And he goes, oh yeah, you're gonna go? And she's like, no, I don't think so, I haven't painted in a long time. And he's like, well, you can paint here. And she's like, no, because too many people can see, and also Amren would judge me.
I think actually she's like, the light in the front room is the only room with the light, and people will see it and judge me. Like, think of what Amren would say if she walked in.
Specifically Amren. She's like, nope, I'm not painting here. And I'm like, it's because she's not great.
No. We got to talk about what happens later. Because I got thoughts.
You got thoughts. I love that. So we just have another cute little moment here for the rest of this chapter where we just talk about how much we love each other, and then we almost do it, but then Moore knocks on the door and she's like, you gotta go. And he's like, we got like half an hour. And she's like, yeah, but you take like 2 hours to get ready. And I'm talking to you, Rhys, not Feyre. And then he's like, you right, I gotta go primp.
Yeah. Pimping ain't easy. We know this. Pimping ain't easy. Feyre for sure gets ready faster than Rhys. It goes against the stereotype, and I love that she makes a joke about it. Yeah. Rhys can magically remove and add gear, and he still takes hours to get ready, I bet. Yeah.
It takes so long to look like you didn't try so hard.
Boy, you know how long it took me to pick this shirt? Forever. Forever.
Bless you.
Oh my God. Like, I pulled it out of the dryer. So I have this like method where I pull clothes out of the dryer and put them on my bed. And then I'll look through them. And then I'm like, oh, it's way too late to fold my clothes. So I just pick them up and put them back in the dryer.
Solid.
Sorry. There was nothing to add there.
You just do a little spin cycle and then they're fine again. So I hear you.
I don't even do that. I just have a place to store them.
Nice.
But back on the ranch. So now we're going to the night court.
To Morgan's.
To the court of nightmares.
Yes.
I'll tell you, like I said, this chapter, I expected so much more from this. Honestly.
More for more?
I was let down. When I said more, I was like, I was buckle up, right? That was kind of my situation. Yeah. And then you get inside of her head, and first off, she's just who she is on the outside, but on the inside.
I thought you'd like that, though.
Which I thought was cool. she is in this kind of meeting. You've got Autumn Court represented. You've got her father represented, who's still raging. I almost said it. You know that
Mhm.
word you say that English and Australian people say, but we can't say. It starts with a C.
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
called them a raging that person. I didn't for you.
Mm-mm. For Liz, because I don't have a problem with that word.
Liz, do I have free reign? Can you give me one? Oh, we'll wait. We'll wait. No, wait. Sorry, I don't mean to tell you to pipe down, but I did. I'm sorry.
You did. You're like, oh, I'm gonna need you to pipe down there.
Yeah. We're waiting. Liz might have turned it off. We'll see.
It takes a second. We're just now getting to that on YouTube. There's quite a delay.
I just did the bup, bup, bup. I'm such a jerk. Actually, not. Dang it. Okay, so.
Oh no, Liz is absolutely
Yeah, all good. So Moore's father's terrible, and then this is where we have this like shrouded in mystery conversation, and it's boring. Not a lot comes out of it except for they're kind of trying to figure out how they're going to expand territory with the humans and hybrid gone, and there not being a metaphysical and physical wall between the territories.
Right.
Boring. I was like really sad actually about this. You do get the same story from her perspective of what happened to her in the woods that we already knew.
But we don't. And that's the thing is like even with this flashback, it really provides almost no more information.
Correct. Like we knew like her trauma response is justified. Great. We don't like because we spend a lot of the third book really getting a little bit more of Eris, a little bit more of Eris, a little bit like you're like, is he just a jerk or is he an actual bad guy? Right? Because you and I both know people who are jerks who aren't bad people.
Right.
Right. I've been a jerk before for years. Like in time. Like, oh, I was a jerk from 2011 to April 2012, maybe. Probably. Is he this? And you don't get any you get nothing. Like there's not even a hint in the text that, oh, he might not be quite a bad guy. And sometimes authors will leave that right as foreshadowing.
But what I would say is if we were going to get those hints, it would not be in Moore's POV because to Moore, he is the villain.
Boy, I'm stupid. You're right. My bad.
That's just what I think is there's no doubt in Moore's mind that he is the problem.
Yeah, he's the villain. He is the bad guy in her story. Yeah, my bad. My bad. You're right.
I think there's plenty of interpretation in other POVs in other instances and things that will happen later. But right now in Moore's, yeah, no, we're not going to see Eris in any new light.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
But one of the things that she did say that I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Is she said in that flashback, one of the thoughts that she had was she wished she could grow claws as Rhys could and rip out that pale throat, but that was not her gift. Her gift had left her here, broken and bleeding. So didn't quite necessarily, because like her gift is truth. But really all we know is that like she couldn't tell the truth to her family about her preferences and that she really likes women and therefore all of that. But I think that the way that it is phrased and the fact that we keep bringing up her truth and this power that never really gets leaned into or explained. I think there's far more to it than just that. I think that is far too simple.
I like the idea that the moment that she lives her truth, Blossom. That's a cool anime moment. Like it's like, oh, you're finally becoming your truth. Powers blossom, and you become just an absolute weapon. More than ironically.
I haven't finished the end of Stranger Things, but that's a lot. Like in the first section before the New Year's Eve episodes, like that's what happened to Will. He lives his truth and now his power. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. There's a lot
spoiler
of.
alert if you haven't finished it.
I don't care about that show. It sucks. There's a lot of. It happens a lot in anime, where like you'll get like some sort of power up when you finally figure out how to do the thing you want to do. One of my favorites is in Bleach, when the main character, they're finally like, "What are you doing?" And he's fighting with a sword, right? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And if he finally gets it in his head that he's a weaker fighter when he's not resolute to kill, resolved to kill, right? And so when he becomes resolved to kill, he can then channel his ability. And so like when she's figured out her truth, which is the same as that resolution, and maybe she has some sort of extra metaphysical or physical transformation where she becomes an angel or something. I think, it would be cool if she grew wings like an angel and she became like more the angel, as opposed to an Illyrian, which SJM, you know where I live. You could find me if you wanted to.
Could she?
Yeah. I'm loud. We've discussed this.
Yeah, probably.
It's like, why haven't I found my soulmate? I'm loud. She should know where I'm at. It's not that hard. Anyways.
I don't think that's how that works, but okay.
Fair point.
I'm also very loud and it took a while, so, you know.
Buddy, that was a decade ago.
It was a decade ago, actually. Good.
Yeah, I'm still back. I'm still in the minor leagues, bro. So let's keep moving.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much that chapter. Then we move into 7. We're back in Rhysand's head, and this is when you are having the moment, like we're having a whole chapter conversation with Azriel.
I love it.
But you're right. It is a lot like, we're talking so much, we're finding out about different things. So some things that I highlighted that I enjoyed was they're talking about his shadows. So Rhys is thinking about Azriel's shadows, and he says, "Their shadows different from anything my powers summoned, spoke to, born in a lightless, airless prison meant to break him. Instead, he learned its language." So we find out that while Rhys is the High Lord of the Night Court, and he does have power over darkness, Azriel's shadows are different than that. And Rhys is the one that makes the point of saying that. So I thought that was important.
It is important. It's very anime-like also. Very cool. Very cool. He almost communes with his shadows like Dr. Dolittle communes with animals.
Yeah. Just like they speak to him, and they're also like creatures kind of their own right. Which is kind of neat.
Correct.
Yeah. So that I find out, thought was interesting. And then later he says, we also find out about Jurian and Vasa have basically stepped up in the human realm as the leaders there.
Yeah.
And Vasa's keeper, which we know is Cachet, has granted a reprieve from her curse, the enchantment that turned her into a firebird by day and a woman again by night, and bound her to his lake deep in the continent. He says, "I've never seen such spell work. I'd sent my power over her, Helion too," he's the master spell cleaver, "hunting for any possible threads to unbind it. I found none. It was as if the curse was woven into her very blood." Yeah. So again, a little more like insight information into those aspects of things.
Hopefully we get another grand villain in the next sort of chapters, because we're out of bad guys.
Yeah. Well, we're not. We just...
Can I pick the next thing?
Yeah.
We find that Bryaxis is out roaming still. Even Rhys calls Bryaxis the it's like ethereal fear, essentially.
The
just roaming
manifestation of fear itself, basically.
Yeah. And it's just like, maybe I should stick my wife on it. No, we'll figure it out.
I think it's cute. He's literally like, give her a nice solstice celebration.
Yeah, I think it's fun to be like,
Bryaxis has been in that library for like centuries. Let's just give her a night out on the town.
yeah. It was kind of cute. There's a lot
It
of
is.
like, let's just wait till after it though.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We didn't
everyone
talk.
deserves a little bit of a break.
We didn't talk about this too. This is in the section where they're discussing on how they're going to communicate to Cassian about the tribes and
Correct.
a possible revolt. So
Yeah. Yeah. So
they're
there's like
like,
drama brewing.
let's just wait till after the fucking solstice for that too. Yeah.
Drama is brewing, but we don't want to have to deal with it just yet. It's kind of like this is the whole month of December where it's like, let's circle back after the first of the year.
Yeah. Well, but we in DC treat that different than you people, by the way.
You people. Okay.
December starts like November 20th.
Well, that makes sense.
Almost nothing is completed for 6 weeks up here. It's wild. I have never experienced it before in my lifetime. And then it's like, so I've got a ton of PTO. I think I'm just going to take the couple of days off before Thanksgiving. And it's like, do you plan on doing anything for December? I'm like, well, yeah, I'll be in the office. They're like, yeah, good. Go. Okay. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, we're keeping the lights on and that's it. We're not trying to outperform our mandate.
Oh, for sure.
Essentially, most people work from the beginning of January, like actually January 5th to the end of October, and then they kind of coast for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I feel like most people do that in general.
See, I didn't know that growing up. I didn't know that until I moved here that was like the standard. Not the standard, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, in my job, there are a lot of people that do my job that do not work the month of December at all. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
I
work, but not everybody does.
There's so many organizations in real life that have that are like nonprofits or whatever, that it's more enticing to provide PTO days than it is to pay their employees a living wage. And so you get to a point after 5 or 10 years where you accumulate so much PTO that you literally can't use it all. And so there was years there where I took like every Friday off all summer long. I had 3-day weekends for 4 months straight.
Summer Fridays are a thing in big cities. They just they close down on Fridays. They don't work on summer Fridays.
No, I'm saying like I took the day off, me.
Right. But I'm saying in bigger cities, like in New York and other places, like summer Fridays are a thing where you just don't work on Fridays and everything's closed down.
Yeah.
Like, well, that sounds nice.
Awesome.
So
but you could just go down to Boojum and get yourself a pint.
I could do whatever I want anytime. I'm the boss. My name's on the door. But anyway. I will say we have a cute little moment where he's like, I don't make a point to look after his movements, and Azrael's talking about Lucian. Oh, sure. Are you sure? And he's like literally like looking at his face and like checking for any like insight that he might have. And he's like, no, stone cold. Like I got no idea.
Yeah. He's like, this is why Azrael wins all the card games that we play. Every time.
Yeah. And he's like, why would you not know where Lucian is? And he goes, well, it's Elaine's mate. And he's like, and he's like, that would be an invasion of her privacy to track him. So I'm not going to do that. He's got it bad.
But you're a spy.
Yeah, but he's down bad. He's down bad crying at the gym.
Oh boy. He's wearing all hoodies. Just
he's down bad.
Those dudes I always try to talk to when I go to the gym, I'm always like, hey bud, how's it going? Because they're like wearing sweatpants, a hoodie, the hood's up. Like you can tell they may not even be listening to music. They're just bobbing their head, hoping someone doesn't talk to them. And you're just like, hey, bud, how's it going? It's like, yeah, man, I'm just in here getting my shit in. And it's like, buddy, you've been here for 3 hours. What are you? Yeah.
He's just, down bad crying at the gym.
I got to ask you, Rhys makes a mention of the dagger. And
he does.
He does twice, actually. He talks about it playing with the hilt and everything. And then he talks about it another time. In fantasy, a lot of times you have people who have titles, like she's Feyre's a curse breaker / something else. You know, Daenerys Targaryen is the breaker of chains, the the first of her name, the blah 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 blah.
Right. Right.
His dagger has a new title that they haven't
Truth
said
teller.
yet. No, a new one. Like a new
You
to
feel this
it.
way just based on other
Like,
fantasies?
yeah, like a weapon would get a new title if there was a legendary kill. Like this, like the sword at the end of Lord of the Rings.
Unless it already has. Like, I
No,
feel
I
like
mean,
that's what happens when it gets its first title.
sure, maybe, but like I could foresee that weapon getting another, like, oh, this is the famous truth teller, slayer of the king, or something.
Yeah.
It would get like some
Like
sort of extra
title
power,
/ comma descriptor.
but something like like a lot of times in
Yeah.
fantasy, this happens where there's like a sword or a weapon receives an additional name,
Yeah.
That, or an additional power. Sometimes it's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's suddenly no longer is, it's suddenly
Yeah.
invisible. Like the blade is invincible. You never know how long it is, or something to that
Right.
effect. I don't know. But I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, oh, is there a chance that this dagger gets a power up from slaying the King of Hybern, the most dangerous character we've seen so far? That'd be cool. Anyway, that's all.
Maybe. We're not sure yet. We haven't seen it in action. We've only seen him like playing with the hilt.
Well, we've only seen Rhys acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was all.
And
Sorry.
we haven't been in Azrael's POV at all. So
Who's to say he has one?
we don't know. Everyone else has gotten one so far.
He's such a poker face. I don't imagine it would be very exciting.
I think the calmest waters run the deepest, and those are the things that you want to know about.
Yeah,
I think that Azrael is probably the freakiest of all of them, and I want to read all about his POV.
I think he'll show you exactly what his truth teller can do.
If he wants to call it the truth. I would love the truth held against me, actually.
I think that the truth is quite a bit larger than you think it is.
We already know that. We've already confirmed largest wingspan, Azrael.
Azrael is. Azrael strikes me as of the definition of think slow, move fast. I don't like when that was said to me once upon a time. I was like, oh, this is maybe the greatest advice ever given. Think slow, move fast. It's essentially make things like keep it simple, stupid. It literally is the same thing. It just is said in a different way. But no, Azrael strikes me as that guy. Like, there's only so many truths in this world that are worth thinking about, and we're going to keep to those, and that's how we're going to roll. Yeah.
So we did find out in this conversation, basically just a reinforcement of what we found out from Eris, which is that Tamlin is not enforcing his borders, which is a problem. And
maybe you should build a wall just in case. Never mind, Luke, don't do that.
We already had one of those. The walls come down. We're not going to rebuild walls. So that happens. And then we're talking about like, oh, do we go to see Lucian? What's going down there? And then he says about Azrael. So he says, Azrael nodded knowingly. He's always understood me best, more than the others, save my mate. Whether it was his gifts that allowed him to do so, or merely the fact that he and I were more similar than most realized, I never learned. So that's exciting and fun, because you would think that Cassian or Moore would be the one that knows Rhys best. But according to Rhys, nobody knows Rhysand as much as Feyre #1, and that's because there's a literal mental mind connection and soul bond. But other than that, the person that knows him the best is
Azrael. Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, it feels like they're the same person.
Yeah.
It feels like
lots of similarities.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that like is Feyre focused in
Mhm.
Rhysand's head is also in Azrael's head, just not in our purview.
Right. Right. So that basically wraps up that, and then we go into Cassian. There's not much to say about Cassian's chapter, except that sometimes when you're obsessed with someone, you see them in everything.
Yeah, right. Like
Like,
like that time I got broken up with, and then I suddenly saw her car everywhere I drove.
yep.
Yeah,
He's, I think, having real moments like this. Now, it might be true. Emery might be like cut from similar cloth as Nesta. Very well
that's
might be.
an absolute badass. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we do not know much about her yet. And in this first meeting, we can assume a little bit that it is Cassian who is separated from Nesta in the Illyrian war camps at the moment, just seeing her and everything.
yeah. He's a little pent up. Cassian, a little pent up. Won't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Cassian a little
Mhm.
pent up. Cassian is a little bit. He might be needed to take a trip down to the poorest part of Valeris, just to knock on a door
Yeah.
and say what's up.
Yeah, if only we would answer that door and let people in. So, I do think it's what's cute about this POV. And again, what I think is weird is Feyre's POV, first person. Rhysand's POV, first person. Cassian's and Moore's, not first person.
So we put out a super cut of all of our funniest moments from the first episode of this book. That's still one of my favorite clips from that.
Cassian's hungry. Luke's hungry. Like,
Like, yeah, it'd be so funny if like I thought of the third person but spoke in the
mhm.
first. It's like Luke is such a weirdo right now. God,
Luke,
just
yeah, yeah.
can Luke just go to sleep? Just go to sleep, Luke. What's wrong with you? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it's in this weird third person, but what I do love about this chapter, I think my favorite is whenever he literally he's got it so bad for her, he's like named her poses, like faces that she's made. And so he's like, he sees Emery like stand a certain way, and he's like, oh yeah, that's Nesta. That's a Nesta pose. I call that one my I will slay my enemies pose. And then he says he's named about 24 poses so far
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Nesta. And I'm
It's,
like, buddy,
boy.
buddy, 24. And she doesn't even talk to you that much because she kind of hates your face right now. So
Oh, she
anyway,
doesn't hate his face. She hates
no, she's
herself.
pretending. She's pretending to hate his face. She's taking out her self-loathing on him for sure. So he says, ranging from I will eat your eyes for breakfast to I don't want Cassian to know I'm reading smut.
That was actually my favorite one.
That's my favorite one too.
That's my favorite one because she's definitely into it.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is a smutty girly, and
Hey,
I approve.
what is your face for? I just bit into a super hot liquid hot magma hot pocket.
I feel like everyone's, which is just making like the O face of the like, please get this out of my mouth face.
Okay, so you're not going to do it. Okay.
Oh, do you need me to do it?
But I just came up with like the most obvious animated version of something that I could think of, like the
No, for me, it's just like it's almost like square mouth. Like it's like like yeah, absolutely. It's just painful, actually. Painful.
Yeah, painful.
So basically that's all that happens. We meet Emery. He like buys out all the shop because there's going to be a bad winter storm, and he buys out all of the warm winter clothes. And then he's like, here, I'm sure you know the people who need help. So please, Liz says, show us that I don't want Cassian to know I'm reading smut posts. Please. let's give the people what they want.
I don't have that in my is that on TikTok?
It was on the YouTubes. We have Liz says, show us the I don't want Cassian to know I'm reading smut pose, please. Okay, so I guess that one is gonna be
so I think it's actually this.
Let's go. That's a pretty good one. I do like it. The option 2 would be to read and then just I pulled that one a couple of times, actually.
Yeah, me too.
But I will say I'm pretty good at the stone cold. I can read some pretty raunchy stuff and not have a reaction. So,
where's your favorite public place to read smut books?
I don't necessarily read a lot.
Sunday. Sorry, go ahead.
Can you not finish the phrase? You're just gonna leave it hanging? Thank you. No, I don't necessarily read in public a lot, except on airplanes. I'd say the most consistent place that I am reading the raunchiest stuff is always on an airplane.
Nice. Mine is the sixth car on the metro, about halfway back, facing the other direction, like facing away from the direction.
At my kids' baseball game, Liz says, at my kids' baseball game.
Hell yeah.
Right on, Liz.
What's in the
throw it in the reading. All of your funniest books.
what's in the cup too, Liz? Let's talk about it.
I love it.
Baseball's fun as hell. I love baseball. That's all I got for you.
You back?
Huh?
Okay.
Are you back?
Sorry, I think you went in and out, and I think it was me. I think I went away for a second.
Saturday night.
It happens. It always happens. Always happens right around this hour mark.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that chapter. We pop back into Feyre's for 9 and 10. There's not a lot to say other than she takes all of her materials, she goes to this paint night. She doesn't go. She shows up, she's right at the threshold, she's at the door, and then she doesn't go, and instead she shuts herself up in an abandoned warehouse to paint by herself instead.
I don't hate this.
You don't hate it?
No, I would be a hypocrite if I hated this. This would be me being sexist, and I don't want to be sexist or a hypocrite. I do not hate this. This actually is par for the course, so I appreciate it a little bit.
Okay.
But I wanted to so bad.
You wanted to hate it.
I wanted to hate this. I was reading it like I fucking hate this, and then I was like, no, you don't. This is romantasy, fantasy, anime bullshit right here, and it makes sense, and it's part of the storytelling. It's not just goofy. It reads goofy to me because I'm a dude. But
it read goofy to me, but I'm also sometimes not. Yeah.
So you're like, go to the fucking painting class, you weirdo. Like, yeah, but at the same time, it makes me think she's gonna buy that studio space for whatever reason with her royalty checks and make it a thing, which I think would be cool. Actually, because when she was walking around, she was like, this place sucks. And I was like, or you could turn that den into your lady cave.
Right.
Which would be cool.
I agree with you on that.
But then what she paints is that she paints the demon that lives inside of her.
Yes.
And there's zero chance it's close to what she saw here. Every time she talks about painting something and it's written so elaborately, I'm just like, Boy, I feel like I'm being lied to. This feels like a fucking lie. Like, this is probably just splotches of different colored paint all over the place. It's like, oh no, it's abstract art. No, you just suck.
I think she tries really hard.
Oh no! What? Whoa! What are we? What? No,
I
no.
think
We
she
were on the
tries really
same.
hard. I know. I'm still saying she's not great, but she does it for herself. I will say I've gone to a lot of art museums, like a lot.
Proud of you.
And there's a lot of artists that aren't necessarily great, in my opinion, but I'm also not an art major. To each their own.
Let's have this conversation. I think it's a little better. I wish we got more descriptive image of what she saw. Yeah, I thought we got a lot of what she saw in the book before this
In the
one.
third book, when she is like thinking about it, of what do you think that it looked like? So it's like
I think it's like
scales, it's like a dragon-esque.
I think it's a
Had a
mixture of
baby
yeah.
with a panther.
I think it's a mixture between what Tamlin, Rhys, and what's his face look like transformed in the worst way.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
maybe like for people who've read Throne of Glass, it's like a dragon and a panther and like Rowan. Like it's like if Tamlin, Rhys, and Rowan's animal forms all combined, then that's kind of like Feyre. And sorry, Luke, you didn't read that, so I apologize.
It's okay. It's also unbelievably vicious. Like, I don't think this creature has a nice thing about it.
Well, it's like, by the way, facing your inner demons.
Going back to Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
In Bleach, the anime, the weapon they use is a sword, and the sword is a manifestation of their soul, and they commune with it. They give it a name and they communicate to it. Just like you talk to your inner demon. Sometimes you're just like, I'm gonna need you right now, dog, because we got stuff to do. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've ever had that conversation. I had that conversation once a week, at least.
Yeah. I have that.
Buddy, I'm like, I don't have a name for it yet because it's not manifested powerfully enough. But there's some times where I'm just like, buddy, it's time to become an absolute weapon here. Like, let's go. This is what she actually just gets to see hers. I was thinking this before too. I'd like to see what Moore sees.
Yeah, she's never looked into it.
I don't think any of them have, but I like her more than the others. I think Rhys already knows what his looks like. Like,
I think that it would be a really bad idea for Moore to look into the mirror because it makes everyone who's ever looked into it other than Feyre go crazy. And no offense, but Moore can't live with her own self in her own mind. I do not think that Moore can handle that version of her staring back at her. Because for her power to be truth, she really struggles with her own inner truth.
Yeah, like once again,
I think she would be one that would go crazy.
Once again, you're probably right, and I think now that I think about it, I think you're right. The manifestation of whatever this creature is from Feyre is the same as her confronting her truth and becoming more powerful because of it. So yeah, it's basically the same thing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool that she's painted it. I envisioned like a Rocky training montage, like you must be quick as a coursing river. While she's like
Rocky training montage to the Mulan soundtrack.
One of the eye of the tiger.
Yeah.
Teeth snarling. Anyway.
I love it. So we end in 11, which is Rhysand's POV, and we go to see Timmy Tam. So we visit the spring court, and he is not doing well, my friend.
Rock bottom, we talked about it.
Yeah, not doing well. In fact, I will say some people online, I don't think this is like spoiler alert or anything like that, but some people talk about how, so you know how the first book is kind of like a Beauty and the Beast retelling? A lot of people are like, in a lot of ways, like Feyre is the enchantress, and the Beauty and the Beast storyline is set up for now because the castle is trashed. He's sent everybody away. He's
Oh,
at his lowest, deepest depths right now. Like, if it were a real Beauty and the Beast retelling, then it would be like, we start here
yeah.
from the
Actually,
Beauty and the Beast aspect. Does that make sense?
I like that. I like that better than.
And all of the imagery in this chapter, like, I think adds like credence and value to that thought.
Yeah. No, this is like the quintessential rock bottom. This is how I feel. This is like we're see on the outside how Tamlin feels on the inside for the first time,
Mhm.
and it is his
Right.
truth. Do I think Rhys rubs it in his face a little bit too much?
A little too much.
A little bit too much. Just a hair.
Little,
Not just literally just, hey, bro, fucking
he like toes the line and his toes hang over it.
just a hair. I'm glad we
Yeah.
agree on this. I was concerned. I thought you might be like totally in for Rhys. What Rhys said. No, it's just
No, if there was no, oh, so Meg says she does feel really bad for Tamlin. I agree. I think like if he were still acting like a cocky asshole, then warranted. Lay into the motherfucker. Like, don't hold back. But that's not the way he's acting about
Right.
this. And in fact, like, he says the thing that he know is that's going to arouse like the big fight. Like, he's literally like, oh, I hope that he just step one step towards me so that I can like smack him, because I've been waiting to punch this guy for years. Right. And so he's like, please just make one step out of line, please, please, so that I'm vindicated. And he doesn't. So he says the thing that he knows is going to piss him off the worst, waits for the like reaction, and you can see he gets really mad, and then he just can't. He just like dead inside. And he's like, just get out. And at that point, that's when it's like, okay, no, we can't. He's at his very, very bottom. He's at his very low. Oh, we just got flagged for violent and criminal behavior.
I didn't. I didn't.
I got flagged for violent and criminal behavior on TikTok. Repeated violations could result in your live being discontinued. Okay, well, sorry, I didn't mean
Emily, what did you do?
to talk about that. I didn't mean to talk about that.
What did you talk about?
We talked about like physical altercations.
Oh,
so
we're not supporting them, TikTok, you weirdo.
Yeah. So
we're literally saying we're not. It's not happening.
Right, but it's just a bot, so it doesn't know what's happening.
So I didn't feel bad for Tamlin until after this conversation. Even during the conversation, didn't feel bad. But I know what happens after. Like I said, we've all been there, I think, rock bottom in your own way, in your own worlds. I know someone who's going through that kind of situation right now. It's like the empathy is unbelievable. And so I did not feel empathy for Tamlin until after, because you're like, okay, there it is. It's right there. It's right on the button. Right. Can't get worse.
Right.
You get to choose progression now, right?
Right.
There's someone recently asked me why I decided to stop doing something that was negatively impacting my life. I'll just say that. And I literally said, because I'm tired. Because I'm tired of it. That's it. And it's like, what?
Right.
They actually were like, what do you mean you're tired of it? And I was like, I'm just tired of it.
Right.
I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. It was like choosing to go to sleep. I just fell asleep. Yeah. I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore. So this is where he's at. He's like, I'm just tired of my life being like this. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah. So we find out as we're looking through, and you're exactly right. We're walking through, and he says, like, when he answers, first of all, he answers his own door. There's no staff. No one's there but him.
Right.
Lucian is there, like, visiting him, but he's out hunting dinner because literally there's no food in the house. There's no cooks, there's no nothing. So he's like literally hunting out dinner. Because he would probably just not eat. He would just sit and wither away without like somebody being there. So we find out Lucian is not coming because feels bad about it. He's coming because of pity. Like he's not coming because he wants to try to like make that relationship work.
Right.
He feels bad about his part in it. So he's showing up for that. But all of that has happened. He's just not doing well. He's very, very low. And he's like, he can't get over it as well because of everything that house stood for personally for Rhysand as well. Yeah. So yes, all this stuff happened with Feyre, and he mentions that, but he also mentions like, I just hate this house. And he says, I've hated it since the moment I set foot in it that night when Springcourt blood had flowed, payment for a debt that can never be repaid, payment for 2 sets of wings penned in the study. Right. So it's with Tamlin, it's really easy to think, oh, this is just a thing with Feyre.
Right? And I love that he's like, I poked him a little bit. I wanted to see him thrash out at me so I could destroy this place.
Right.
And he doesn't get the opportunity. And like I said, I think this is like the beginning of the end for Rhys as well in this regard.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that as well. So he really lays into him, and then he just leaves, and then he goes to find Feyre, and then Feyre's like, ooh, was that bad, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, actually, I feel really bad about it, but I don't feel bad. He says, I told her everything that I said, thinking that she would be pissed that I said all of that. And she was like, you've been the bigger person lots of other times. You can't be the bigger person all the time.
Yeah, I think what's cool about that is there's been a handful of pivotal moments for Feyre where Rhys has been like, yeah, you get to forgive yourself this time. It's okay.
Right.
And so he's returning the favor. I love it.
Right. Totally. So that's basically that. And then he goes off shopping because he's like, I have to go get your birthday present. And she's like, oh God, you don't have to give me anything. Like, birthdays kind of suck, to be honest. Please don't. And so he goes and sees his favorite jeweler, and he's looking at all the things, and he's like, none of this is good enough for what I want to get her. But Amren will love this shit. So I'll take all of it, wrap it up. Yeah. And that's kind of how we end. That's how we end that. But one thing I do want to say and point out, because I thought it was interesting, there's a new word, a new place, a new thing in this chapter. Okay. And that is, we're talking to the jeweler, and the jeweler says, her people, all master jewelsmiths dwelling in the deepest mountain mines in our court. Most of the heirlooms of our house had been Tartara made, Feyre's cuffs and crowns included. So we've never heard that name before, but Tartara sounds a lot like Tartarus, does it not? Which would be hell when it comes to the Greek gods, and one of the realms that Hades resides over. So with it being a mine deep in the night court, as well as being Tartara made, I just thought that was interesting to point out.
She's a fantasy dwarf, and I now hate her.
The jeweler. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You're just not a fan of the dwarves.
I'm racist against fantasy dwarves, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, the moment you brought that up, I was like, oh, she's a fantasy dwarf. Fuck her.
She's not a dwarf. She just looks like a regular, normal, I guess, person. But her family has the mines, and makes many things.
I'm not doing it. I'm not ranting this time. We're not doing it. My hatred towards fantasy dwarves will never go. It'll just be.
I will never be able to talk you out of that, and I would never try, because I know that hatred is too deep seated. We can't get past that.
Why would you? They suck so bad.
I do. I know you believe that, truly. So, would you like your next reading assignment, my darling?
I would love that.
Oh, first of all, prognostication. Liz, we can't get into why why Luke hates fantasy dwarves. I mean, we can get into like the really quick down and dirty. I feel like we've talked about it before.
Prognostications. I don't got any. This is filler arc. So I think Azrael did go off to buy something at the end of that section, and Rhys was like, I'll pay for it. And he was like, yeah, but I was just going to pay for it. So I don't really know what that is. It is a thing. They also decide not to give presents to the girls, even though I think they're going to give presents to the girls because it's a girl book. And then all of the goodwill Cassian is performing is going to keep the Illyrians from revolting. That's it.
Okay. Prognostication with Luke time. I liked it. I can see both of those. I understand. And
it feels very Doctor Who-y, you know. I'm like Doctor Whoing really hard right here.
This is a Doctor Who Christmas special. 100%. This entire book is a Doctor Who Christmas special. Which means there will be things that you need to know. There will be things that connect into other seasons that you need to know. There will be moments that make you want to cry. All of those things will happen. But not a lot actually happens.
I can't wait for a court Frost and Starlight 2. Like 2. Like also.
Well, it's not gonna happen. So there we go.
How do you know? We could be reading this in December of this year. Number 2.
We already know the page count practically of the next books. So it's like 385-ish, 390-ish, and then almost 1,000 pages for the 7th.
She could literally write just another one of these with 100 more pages, and it'd be fine.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what happens with the next one. I'm interested to see. But your next set of chapters, you're going to read through chapter 16, which means in Yield paperback, you're going to stop at 150 pages.
Are we doing 4 sections total or 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one and then 2 more.
Okay, correct.
Yes.
All right. Good? Yes.
Okay, so I have things to tell you about.
Kitchen couch time.
I have kitchen couch.
Hold on one second. Strap in.
Strap in, y'all. I got some kitchen couch topics to cover. Okay, you get to pick which one you want to talk about because as you know, when we last left our heroine, she was in the land of Canada. Okay.
Yeah,
she was
I remember.
Canada.
I remember. She was tired. She was a little bit weird. She was hilarious. Actually,
been awake for far too long. Okay, she had been awake for many, many hours. So I was in Canada, and I went to see my friend in a show. He was in the national tour. He is in the national tour of Shucked, and he's very good in that part. That part was it's perfect for him. He is doing very, very, very well in that show. So if you can't see it, please go see it. It's here. It's in right now in Toronto. It'll be in Columbus and Michigan, in a couple of other places. You got until June before that tour is over. That being said, I was in Canada, and it happened to also be Comic-Con that weekend. So I went to Comic-Con for the first time. I had nothing to do on Sunday, and I was like, let's just check out the convention and see what's happening. So I did that. And then on Monday before I flew home, I watched Project Hail Mary. So I have 2 topics for you of interest. Which would you like to go over first?
Comic-Con, please. How were the costumes?
Some costumes were fantastic. And then others were like, oh, you tried. I love that. You're so cute.
Fucking weirdo Canadians.
Yeah. A lot of Ghostbusters, man. There were quite a lot of Ghostbusters.
That's so Canadian. Fucking weirdos.
I was surprised because there were a lot of Ghostbusters. Also, I'm gonna be honest, so much anime. I thought that there would be far more. I thought I would see more Hobbits. I thought I would see all kinds of things. Hold on. Should I read the book or watch the movie first for Hail Mary? I did not read the book. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read the book. Luke read the book. It was like one of his first books that he read for the kitchen couch. I have not read it, and I watched the movie, and I really enjoyed the movie. But from what I understand, you should read the book first because there's a lot of nice nods and shout outs. Is
Meg,
that true?
I'll tell you, I think it's 50-50. So
Okay.
you're going to get quite a bit more enjoyment from the book because it's 380 pages and 30 chapters. Okay. It's also not a super difficult read. There are words I didn't know.
Yeah.
But the movie is phenomenal. It's such a good time. And I will be going back to see it, I think, this week or next week sometime.
Nice. I will say, and then we'll pop back to Comic-Con in a second. Space gives me anxiety.
It should. It's fucking wild.
It gives me so much anxiety. I was watching it, and now granted, it was a travel day, and my travel day was kind of jacked because unfortunately there was a major issue with a flight going into LaGuardia that shut LaGuardia down for a long time. So my travel day got real jacked, but it was nowhere near the issue that real people had. So,
but also, I want to do. Sorry, God damn it, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say also, barring other travel issues, I did a chapter by chapter reaction to that book on this channel, on the Kitchen Couch. So you can go find it. Just Google the Kitchen Couch, Project Hail Mary. It's chapter 1 through 30.
Perfect.
And the viewpoint is essentially the same viewpoint. It's just a dude who doesn't read a ton reading this book. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would love your thoughts too, Emily, on it, but go ahead.
No, you're fine. So I really liked it. I liked it a lot. But it also gave me anxiety the whole time I was watching it. I basically was like, whew.
So we're jumping to Project Hail Mary, and I don't want to spoil it because Meg's not seen it. I do want to talk about it though, the movie. Damn it. I won't talk about it yet.
Well, you want to hop back to Comic-Con and then we can hop back to Project Hail Mary?
Let's hop back to Comic-Con.
Okay, so I had never gone to anything like that before, and I was expecting there to be more sci-fi, more fantasy, more. It was so much anime that I did not understand any of it. Mostly,
yeah. So anime is massive everywhere, except where you live.
Yeah,
it's massive actually everywhere. Like,
I get that.
Anime's unbelievable. It's kind of hard to avoid everywhere. Also, there are because of how the storytelling is, it's very like overcoming obstacles, David and Goliath situations, or hyper romantic and fun, or goofy, like really Japanese goofy. Like those three things carry so much for so many different kinds of people and cultures that they maybe don't get at home, that they can watch this cartoon for 28 minutes and just fucking zone all the way out.
Yeah.
There's heroism, there's power, there's female protagonists, there's male protagonists. I mean, it's awesome.
I saw some cool things and some characters that I was like, oh, I know who that is because of Luke. So I saw some Dragon Ball Z characters. I saw some Naruto folks as well. And I was like, I know who that is because of Luke. Thanks, Luke. But it was really fun. It was very overwhelming. They did have an immersive experience for the audiobook for Project Hail Mary. So Audible set up in the convention, and then you basically stood in line to get like a 3-minute sample of the audiobook version read by Ray Porter.
He's unbelievable.
Who kind of sounds like Tom Hanks's cousin. Like, he's got a very Tom Hanks quality to his voice and his reactions.
Yeah. I'm not an audiobook person. Rumor has it his version of this book is like the best that's ever been done.
Wow. Okay. Well, Meg, if you have not read the book, then maybe audiobook it through Libro. You don't have to give money to Audible or Amazon if you don't want to. You can go to Libro FM and support a local independent bookstore. My favorite is A Novel Escape in Franklin. And then you can like listen to the audiobook version of this as well. But it was really good, the 4 minutes that I heard of it.
What else did you see other than anime and audiobooks and stuff at the Comic-Con?
Well, I did go and meet Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride and Robin Hood Men in Tights and the mayor from Stranger Things. So I did get to like see him and have my picture taken with him as he was there that day. And I was like, Wesley, that man has set unrealistic expectations for men for me from when I was a very young girl. I'm gonna tell him that. So I did. I told it to his face.
Yeah. I imagine.
And he was a very nice, very lovely man.
Did he talk in an English accent?
Oh. Sorry, I don't have, are you there?
Did he talk in an English accent?
Yes, because he's English.
Okay, thanks. Bad joke from Robin Hood Men in Tights. That's how that went down. My fault.
I loved it.
Thanks.
No, it's good. I really did love it. No, but he was super nice. And then also my childhood shout out, Mara Wilson was there, who is Matilda. And the little girl from Mrs. Doubtfire and a few other things. Yeah.
Did they show the Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever trailer there? Brand New Day or whatever?
Possibly. I did not go to a lot of the panels. Most of the big panels happened earlier in the weekend.
They would have you would have heard about it from the crowd that they showed the Spider-Man because it was like the biggest thing on the internet.
Oh no, I saw it this week, but I don't know if they showed it at the convention or talked about it. Apparently
we lost her.
There was also a huge con happening in Orlando. Oh, are you there?
Oh, fair.
Hi.
Yeah, keep going. You got it.
Yeah, MegaCon also happening in Orlando. So apparently it was pretty split between who was there and who wasn't.
Do you have any dream people to meet at a Comic-Con or a convention that you don't really need to have dinner with them, but it would be really cool if you'd met them?
Gary Oldman.
Yep.
I would meet the fuck out of Gary Oldman. Just saying. Yes, Meg, absolutely. Shout out Graphic Audio for the ACOTAR series and its full cast. I agree. So in case you missed our setup, Luke has never read these books before. I have. So that's also why I try to keep it as spoiler-free as possible for him. But as I'm brushing up on what's going down, I'm not just rereading. I'm really rereading along while I listen to the graphic audio at like 3x speed right before these episodes. So that's the secret sauce when it comes to what I'm doing. But you're right. The graphic audio for that series is great.
So the person I want to meet at like a convention, and I don't need to have dinner with him, is Johnny Depp. Yeah. For his role in the Amber Heard trial. It's one of the best performances I've ever seen. It's so funny. And then she shat in my bed.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier, that's one of those things that actually happened in our lifetime. And I went and watched some of the clips. They still hit. They're still funny.
Oh my god,
they're still funny. She should be in jail for what she did. Like trying to bury that dude in court is the worst. She should be in jail. Actually, it really bothers me, but
it was high entertainment at the time. Like it was what the world needed at the moment. Actually, so yeah. I think Liz would really appreciate Johnny Depp meeting for the Captain Jack Sparrow of it all.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's. I think Gary Oldman is somebody that can play and has played like anything and everything. Like that man is insane as far as acting
He
goes.
disappears into his roles. I really liked
Yeah.
him. The first time I think I saw him was in The Fifth Element, where he plays the villain. And then just everything else he's in. Jim Gordon, obviously. When
Sirius
he
Black.
plays, oh yeah,
I
his
did
role
not
as Sirius Black's
realize.
unbelievable.
I did not even realize that was Gary Oldman because he looks so different.
Yeah, his role as the Prime Minister of England during World War II in that movie. God, I can't remember the one he won the Oscar for. Churchill, thank you. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, joking about Johnny Depp aside, I don't think I've got one. There's not like a creator or a voice actor. I mean, so the voice actor for Ichigo for Bleach, since voice actors are so like, oh, he's the lead in this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and they've got 250 credits or whatever. Liam Neeson would be cool before he passes, because he's played however many, you know, he's been Jesus and Jean Valjean and a bunch of different characters. And like his role in Naked Gun, where I think I'm going to get into comedy, is like excellent. I have an idea for a skit, by the way. Did I tell you about my idea for a skit? I think I texted it to you.
I think you texted it to me, yeah.
I think I'm going to bring it up right now. So I have this idea for a skit. And I think I told Aaron about it today, so I think I'm gonna write it and produce it and put it up. So I might need your help writing it, to be frank with you. Like this week, maybe next week. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out when we can get together during a kitchen couch with no cameras and talk about this. But essentially, the skit is a person who has a foot fetish and has to go to a Sex Addicts Anonymous thing, right? For whatever reason,
right.
But everyone in there. And that week they're doing kinks, right? So they all introduce themselves, and then like, okay, well, Jeff, you go first. And Jeff's like, "Hi, my name's Jeff. Hi, Jeff." And my kink is feet. I really just enjoy it. I enjoy looking at them, and the first time I saw them, I caught myself looking at them. It was just, I just find them beautiful, and they, it just makes my experience so much better, alive. And then it gets to the next person. It's like, okay, thank you for sharing, Jeff. We're going to move on to Sarah. Sarah, can you share a little bit about yours? Are you comfortable? She's like, yeah, I'll share mine. Hi, my name's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. My kink is the smell of fresh cut grass. And she's like, I just love it. It really enhances my feelings and everything. Here, I've got a baggie of it. She literally pulls out a baggie, like a sandwich baggie of fresh cut grass. That she goes.
Can you play Sarah? Because I think that's great.
I think so. I've got to come up with other characters that have just really unique, like kinks. That are just make a foot fetish seem normal. And I think this is maybe the funniest skit of all. Like, this is straight out of SNL, and SNL just hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, probably.
One of my favorite all-time skit is a Shane Gillis skit that he put on the internet, like right in between when he got canceled and when he got famous again, where he's on an airplane and they think the airplane's going down, and so he convinces all the rest of the people to call up the people that they hate and let them know that they suck and how terrible they are, and then the plane doesn't end up crashing, and so they have to go home and explain themselves to the people. He's like, my bad. It's one of my favorite skits. And I was thinking about Shane Gillis, and I was like, man, this would be hilarious if you go to a kinky where their kink is like, I don't know. I like to pick my boogers and eat them. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, a foot fetish, not so bad.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say a lot because I try not to yuck anybody's yum, but boogers, no, I'm gonna say no to that.
Yeah, but I like the idea of like celebrating the weird. Any ideas from
you can have the Bat Boys in there because like their fetish is like the finger down the on the wing, the very sensitive wing.
Do we have any thoughts from the peanut gallery? Anybody?
I don't know about any of that. I mean, we'll have to wait because they're on a delay.
Let the people decide. I think it's pretty clever. We still can't talk about Project Hail Mary, right? Because Meg's not seen it.
Unless we just really make it very clear that we're gonna make some spoilery comments about it, and then let Meg decide for herself if she's gonna stay or not. Some people have no issues with spoilers. Some people do not care. Okay, and they will watch it and enjoy it just as much. Some people will enjoy it better because they know what's going to happen and they won't have anxiety about it. So to each their own. Meg, if you want to stick around, please do. If you don't, because you don't want it spoiled, we understand.
I think it's a good idea. Let's start with spoiler adjacent things, and then be like, okay, hard stop. We're going to be talking about things that are prevalent in the story.
Agreed.
Spoiler adjacent. It is a long movie, dude.
It's like
2 hours and 2 hours and 40 minutes of movie. Yeah.
I did have to go pee in the middle of it.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I don't think you missed much, by the way, because it's so dense.
I strategized and went at the right time. So
you went right after an action sequence?
No, I went when they were singing karaoke in the simulation.
Oh yeah, good call.
Not the Sign of the Times, but when him and Rocky were hanging out in the simulation.
Oh yeah, that's a great call. They're both good times.
I was like, this is gonna be fun, but I'm not gonna miss anything. I'm gonna go pee. So
those are great. The Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Can I talk about Ryan Gosling about this for a second?
My eyes right now look so good on camera right now. They're so fucking blue. Can you see him? I'm looking at my obviously.
I can see.
My skin looks so good too. It looks like it's new. Like I just got it.
Like, did you get a new light or something? Like it looks.
It's a brand new camera.
Oh, maybe that's part of it. So the Ryan Gosling of it all, let me tell you about it. I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling fan, not like normally a huge fan. So it's not like I'm going to gush and be like, oh my God, it was so great because he was in it. I don't really care one way or the other about him. However, I thought he did a very good job in this movie with this part. Especially, how do I say this, spoiler adjacent wise, the reveal, the final flashback reveal of what he didn't know until the very, very end. That part I thought was really good. And I did not think that's how it went down, by the way. I was very surprised.
Yeah. Liz,
Ryan Gosling has chemistry with everyone, including a rock. I'm sure. But it's just not anything that I just don't really care about. He's a blonde. I just don't really care.
I'm with you. As a blonde, I'm with you. The Ryan Gosling, and it could just be from where they're from, but Ryan Gosling and Justin Timberlake are interchangeable in terms of acting for me.
Oh, absolutely not.
I'm saying no, you're not listening. I mean, what I mean to say is they're interchangeable if you like replace their lives. If you just plucked Justin Timberlake and put it into Ryan Gosling's life and gave him the same acting training, it's like, oh, that's just Justin Timberlake. Okay. It's a tall, charismatic, kind of goofy dude. Awesome. Let's move forward. Like, there's not a lot of unique about Ryan Gosling to me.
No, there's not very much. I mean, no, not a whole lot.
When you watch The Nice Guys with him and Russell Crowe, it's like, oh, Russell Crowe is a far better actor. And Russell Crowe's kind of fat and boring in that movie. I
feel like there are a lot of people who are far better actors, but he did a good job in this one. And I feel like my respect for him grew. So my respect for him grew after La La Land, even though I feel like he was kind of playing himself a little bit. But my respect for him grew much more after watching him in this movie. Because he was not just playing himself.
For me, he misses main character energy. There's something about how he portrays. There's something just right. It's not quite main character. It's just a little bit not right there. I don't know what it is. I can't pin it. I thought he was great in this movie. I could also think of like 10 other actors who could have played this role just as well or better. Like Tom
I agree.
Hanks circa 1993 would have been perfect for this role.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see that. I also think about like Matthew Gray Gubler, like the guy, the Spencer Reed from Criminal Minds. Like he
Oh
could
yeah.
play that.
I mean,
Like
there's a
he
lot
would have
of
acted the shit out of that.
there's a lot of like charming male ingenues who are okay, you got it. We
Right.
could have done this.
And here's the other thing for me though. Okay, this is where I have just slight issues with it. Just baby slight issues. There's no need to cast a person that attractive in that part. There's no relationship arc. There's no anything like I'm not sure why we had to cast like the prettiest pretty boy in that part because it's not necessary. Like anybody could have been that history teacher.
I think the only thing I agree. I don't find him to be that pretty, to be frank with you. Personally, like I just don't think he's aesthetically very pleasing to the eyes
Mm-hmm.
in general. But I don't think it could have been Ryan Reynolds.
No, but Ryan Reynolds is not that type.
But I also don't
I'm
think it could
saying
have been like. I'm just trying to think of like pretty boys who like Paul Rudd could have done it circa 10 years ago, and it would have
yeah,
been
10 years
awesome.
ago. That would have been fine. I feel like there's a lot of people, and I get they need a name because it's mostly his face the entire time. So you need like a packageable, marketable product. I get that. I do. But I just don't know that it had to be him.
I'm trying to think of like a current actor who could do it and it not be as a prettier person. Who's the former dancer guy? Oh God,
Patrick Swayze?
no. He's like younger, but he was in Magic Mike, the lead in Magic Mike.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. I don't think Channing Tatum could have played it. It would have been weird with Channing Tatum.
Well, I don't think he's a great actor, but yeah.
Right, but if you read the book, the script is very friendly.
Yeah.
It's extremely actor friendly. You don't have to. There's not a lot of subtlety to it. You don't have to read between the lines as a performer to know what's happening. It's pretty easy. Anyway, we talked about the acting. I thought Ryan Gosling was fine. He did great.
Great job. I'm not saying bad. And like, don't get me wrong, he was not hard to look at for 2.5 hours.
Right.
So that's fine.
What I guess I'm saying is like he did the job that he was supposed to do.
Yeah. But I guess my point of that is like, and being an actor that I guess would be considered a more alternative actor, myself, like it was a part that did not require a heartthrob to play that part.
You didn't need Orlando
There's no
Bloom.
heartthrobby part of it.
You didn't need Orlando Bloom. Anyway,
Nope.
I agree. And by the way, there's no heartthrobby in the book either.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Alert.
Like, what is the guy? What's his name? I think he's like actually Irish or Scottish. He's redheaded and he's like quirky and awkward looking. Like he would have been a great choice for that.
From About Time.
Yes.
He's in the spinoff of The Office.
Yes. Him.
He is actually just goofy enough for it to work.
Right.
Logan Lerman could have done it too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Lerman, I think, is actually a better cast for this role. Actually, Logan Lerman.
That's just sorry. That's like nitpicky as heck. Ed Sheeran could have done it. I don't know if he's a good actor or not.
Actually, Logan Lerman is my number one pick. I would have picked Logan Lerman over fucking Ryan Gosling. But anyway,
yeah. But I did like the movie as a whole. It gave me super anxiety in some places. And some of that anxiety comes from the fact that he's dumb.
Yeah, he's
like
dumb.
When he goes on spacewalks occasionally, I'm just like, oh my god, you're killing me.
Yeah,
making really bad choices.
By the way, that same anxiety is in the book too. Like that's portrayed perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you seen The Martian?
Yes.
So in The Martian, there's a lot of science.
Mm-hmm.
This book, I assume, has the same amount of science as the Marsh in the book.
Okay.
Did you feel like the movie lacked that science stuff?
Yes, because and while he is the like top biologist, blah 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 blah, a biologist does not make you able to fly a spacecraft. So I think there was a lot of times where we had to suspend disbelief because while he was super qualified at the sciencey stuff, he was not qualified in any of the rest of it.
So
And
this is
yeah,
a
so
little
that's what
bit.
makes it a great movie.
This is where we're gonna get into kind of hard spoilers, Meg. So if you do want to drop, probably now's a kind of good time. This is one of the pieces of evidence I had for the movie is 3.5 hours long, and they had to cut it to 2.5 because there are scenes in the book where they explain how he knows how to do stuff.
Okay, so having not read the book and only
Right.
watching the movie, there were times where I was like, cool, cool. We are fully suspending disbelief that this man has figured out how to do any of this.
I think I mentioned this in the last one too. Like he says the name of Rocky's planet out loud, and it's a shortened version of it, and you don't have any idea. He talks about how much more muscle he has, and they
That
don't ever
didn't
explain why he has muscle. Like he mentions it twice. He writes it on the whiteboard and he says it out loud. I
mhm,
have more muscle. It's like, buddy, you got to tell people. Like they
which
don't
I didn't
understand.
even clock that. I didn't
Right.
clock that.
He doesn't look visually different. There's not a visual cue.
Mhm,
Like, but there's like things that little things that's like, oh, if you read the book, you know, it's like, yeah, but you don't put that in the fucking movie. So, or you make
mhm,
a longer movie and address it. So in the
mhm,
book, what happens is he is just like the movie comes to, and he's got this like machine arm that's taking care of him, but his vitals and everything, and he wakes up and he's got to make a sentence, doing
mhm.
some sort of calculation. 2 + 2 = 4,
Right,
and he's got to
right.
say his own name, and then the machine was going to help him out, and he could begin doing the thing. And so while he's in the coma, he's forgotten all the long-term memory and kept all the short-term memory. So throughout the book, there are like timed flashbacks where when he
Mhm,
needs to recall something that can help him, he does.
mhm.
It's like actually the best use of flashbacks I've ever seen in storytelling.
Yeah.
I've not read a ton of books, but I hate flashbacks personally. So I thought it was really cool the way they did it. The way they explain
Well,
it in the way they explain it in the book is that the reason he has muscle supposedly is because when you fly at that kind of speed, you take on extra gravity
mhm,
for an extended period of time. For him, 4 years. So it's
mhm,
in the book, it's 1.5 times Earth's gravity that he's experiencing while in a coma, and so he doesn't
mhm,
weigh 180 pounds. He weighs 270 pounds. And so that rested thing plus the nutrients makes him stronger
mhm,
physically,
mhm.
um, capable. That stuff is cool. And I wish they had talked about it because it's actually a cool thing to talk about.
Mhm. I, as a girl, could give a shit about any of that, so I was totally fine with that being cut. The thing that I didn't that you can kinda tell by the end there was more of in the book that you didn't get in the movie is that relationship with the arm thing. Because it hangs out with him and stays with him at the end. And, so there's not a lot of interaction with there's some, but you don't quite understand that it's like almost like an AI, like a Jarvis. It's like basically Jarvis.
It's essentially Jarvis, but it's Jarvis with ChatGPT, our
Right.
current ChatGPT. It's not like smart. Like it can
Right.
only do a few smart. Like it's essentially just a health and wellness bot. Um, it's the death, the way he discovers the death of his two pilots, the other people is much more tragic in the book because he doesn't know who they are at all.
Yeah. Well,
But
that read.
but they cover it in like a music video montage in the movie, and in the book that he's crying because he knows these people intimately, and he like his body knows he knows this, but he can't remember their names or who they are, and
Mhm.
so it's this really tragic moment. It's beautiful.
I think that read well in the movie, having not read the
Um,
book. I got that from the
the
movie
the
when he
intro
was saying goodbye to them.
the introduction of Rocky is exactly like that in the book.
Nice.
Like they nailed it. Rocky is nailed.
Good.
1000%. There's a lot more cool Earth stuff. The character Strat, who's on the planet, who's on Earth, she's a bigger badass in the book.
The redhead?
Yeah, she's an absolute weapon. Like a
Okay.
dog.
Well,
Like
that comes across pretty well.
there's a courtroom scene where she's like doing all these things all over the planet in order to get this ship going to save the world. And for some reason she's getting sued. I think she's stolen a bunch of IP. And they try to stop her, and she pulls in the US military. And she's like, "You can't stop me." And she just walks out with a US military escort. And there's a courtroom scene, and they talk about it, the courtroom scene. It's worthless. I actually hate it. But there's other stuff that happens in the book that like elevates her status and who she is in the world. And then there's a whole crew of humans that are like her Avengers. There's like a Russian, a German guy. There's the Chinese guy who's on the ship with him that he sends out into space. They explain why they're dead. In the movie, they don't explain why they're dead.
They explained it pretty well.
Well, what they say, because I don't remember that part. What they say in the movie?
Basically, like when their part in their job was done, then they will die in space. Like,
yeah,
and their part was done.
So they just died because the coma is so dangerous.
Oh, yeah, that didn't come across. It made it sound like in the movie, having not read the book, that they were supposed to be dead. That he was supposed to finish it on his own.
Like the Russian woman was supposed to actually take meth and like die.
She was going to die with heroin. Yeah. Heroin overdose. Yeah.
Right. But no, they said so the whole gimmick in the book, this is another thing you're like, as a girl, this doesn't make sense. The gimmick in the book is that they need specific roles to fill the ship, 3 roles. But only so many people on the face of the planet are qualified to fit those roles and have the genetic markers to live through the coma. And that's why Rhysand goes, actually, is because he's the only one who has the genetic markers to live. And
none of that was in there.
No, which is smart, actually. I'm okay with them not putting it in there.
Yeah.
But them dying from nowhere without kind of explaining it just kind of sucks. So like I said, there's parts where you're like, oh, we're missing like 10 minutes here and 10 minutes here and 10 minutes here. And if with this pair of directors, I'm sure there's a director's cut that is really good.
I'm sure,
what'd you think of the ending?
So I cried a few different times. I love the ending. I would have made the same choice.
You would have stayed
the exact same choices.
You'd have stayed on Aaron.
100%.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no need to go back to Earth, especially like what the last reveal revealed. No need to go back.
Oh, you mean that Strat essentially sent him to die?
It was not. He did not choose it. He did not choose to do that. He was taken against his will to do it anyway, and therefore, like, fuck Earth. I mean, like, I'm glad we saved Earth. That's great. You're already there. You might as well save humanity while you're at it. But I would not choose to return to be a part of society. I would not do that. Especially not when I have like awesome rock friends now.
I would out of spite.
I wouldn't.
He doesn't have
They will never have that experience. Like, he's hanging out on a way cooler planet with like way cooler life forms.
So this is just filler. In the book, he doesn't have the opportunity to go back immediately, like they show in the movie. Like I think it's kind of hinted at. They have to synthesize his food from his biogenetic markers, so he's essentially just eating synthesized himself. That he's like flavored to make a hamburger. He calls it a me burger in the 3rd chapter. He's like, I just took a bite of my me burger instead of a hamburger. Because it's essentially they have the they talk about radiation, or he'll die of radiation poisoning. They never
Right.
explain why he'll die of radiation poisoning. So,
They
and this
did.
has to do. Why is that?
I'm talking about Rocky and why
Yeah,
all the people on his ship died. Yeah.
I must have missed this part. Like,
Oh no, they explain it. He explains to him because he was like Rocky said he didn't know what was going on and why like why they didn't live, and then he explained Ryan Gosling's character explained to Rocky radiation and like why
oh,
where the astrophage was being stored on that ship was
I
actually
must have.
giving off. Yeah,
I
so they
must have missed
totally
that part
explain that.
completely. I must have taken a nap. Jeez. Okay.
You just went to pee. It's fine. The movie was long.
It's because that's a huge point that like, oh, he has no idea what light is. That means there's no way he can know what radiation is. So
Right.
they may have discovered this in this part too, where this is the only time this species has ever gone to space. Rocky species.
No, they did not say anything about that.
Yeah, that's why they don't know what radiation is or light or anything at all, because
Mm,
they've never been off planet. In the story, the planet is it's completely made of the Rocky's atmosphere, which is
mhm,
like opaque,
mhm,
so you can't really see through it.
hmm,
Rylan.
yeah.
Also, the atmosphere is like 24 times the pressure of Earth's atmosphere. That's why he's inside the little bubble.
Yeah, they did explain that,
And that
for sure.
Rocky weighs like 2,000 pounds or something. He's like an exceptionally heavy thing.
Mm.
Um, but the only
I
part of
just
it,
would have assumed it would have been super heavy because he's made out of a rock.
yeah.
So, that tracks.
But the also they didn't put this in the movie, which I'm kind of glad because it's kind of weird. But uh, they the cute thing is that they sleep how they sleep and they're watched while they sleep, because of how they sleep
Mhm.
they don't go into a dormant state. They literally just disappear from existence and then come back to their body, not like we do humans. They can't like just wake up like we do. But um how they poop is hilarious in the book. It's like one of those moments for Ryland Grace. It's like, this is the worst part about meeting a new species, is this moment right here.
That I mean, they talked about the him eating part, and that made me laugh, like, he was like, "Ugh," like,
Yeah.
"That's so disgusting," but they didn't talk about, like, the pooping part.
Yeah, the pooping part it's a lot. Kind of awesome too. It's great. It's a great movie. It was strange that it came out this weekend, because this feels like a summer blockbuster movie. Like, why
It
pick this
does.
weekend?
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely does feel like a summer movie. It doesn't necessarily feel like a springtime movie, but who knows anymore.
there's a lot of like items attached to it. Spider-Man came out. The trailer for
Mhm,
Spider-Man came out the same week that the movie
mhm.
dropped. The same for a few other things. Um, it feels like not just summer blockbuster. It feels like a movie you drop at the end of the year, like an Oscar
Like
movie.
for awards?
Yeah,
I don't know. They don't normally do space movies for
uh, a
award season.
great a great example of this kind of movie to me is Jurassic Park. Like,
Okay.
so Jurassic Park comes out in 1993, and it's from a famous book, and it's for all ages, and it's a little bit scary, but it's also a lot of fun, and it's like a rip roaring time. It's got a similar vibe to it, and it
Mhm.
would, just like Jurassic Park was super frightening for me as a young person, this would be super frightening for a Gen Alpha, whatever, Gen Beta
Mm.
person. So
Mhm.
I'd be interested. To me, it's like, oh, it's just Jurassic Park, like whatever.
Well, there were kids, younger kids in the showing with me.
Yes,
And also, okay, we're so spoiled. I went to the movies in Canada. Okay. Now I went to the only showing that I could see before my flight went out. So it was a noon showing, and it was in what they call it was like a Screen X, which was a 3-sided film. So you're mostly looking at it normal size screen, but the sides also have projection on them, so you feel like a little more immersed in it. It's pretty gimmicky, and there's no reason why you would ever need to actually do that for any reason. In case anyone was wondering if it's worth it, it's a little bit more expensive to see it, and I don't feel like it added a single thing to my experience. But it was the only showing that I could get to see in that time. But normally, like everywhere that we go, I don't know if it's the same for you in the city in DC, but around here, every single movie theater is a lounge recliner. Like, you are not going to be around other people. You are going to be a contained situation with a high back, and you're not really going to, like, you're watching a movie, but you're not watching a movie together.
Okay.
Right? Like, you are going to only really get to hear and see the interaction with you and the person directly beside you on either side, but not really front to back in any way because of how spaced out you are in those recliner situations. Is that basically this true for you?
More or less.
Okay. This was old school. We were on top of each other, basically.
Hell yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
It was like stadium seating. And because I thought it was going to be more like that, I like went in the middle. I was the only person in my row, but I was in between two groups of people. And it was just like regular, like school auditorium seating.
Yeah.
So right up there together. And there were kids behind me, like younger, I'm going to say maybe like 10-year-olds possibly.
Yeah.
Behind me. They were having a great time. Laughing all together. The jump scares, they screamed, I screamed, we all screamed together.
That's so funny. So my experience in the movie theater was at what you're talking about, the American version. And I had a new book, a person who just read the book by themselves, a person who just read the book by themselves, a person who just read, like we were all individuals who were like 5 across who had just read the book and come and see it by ourselves. And it was a really cool experience. It was not a bunch of fucking snot-nosed assholes.
That's good.
Yeah.
They were,
I'm glad you liked the
kids
movie.
were actually really well behaved.
I'm glad you liked it. It's a good movie.
It was. I will say there were maybe like 7 people in the showing total in like a big theater, which I have a loud laugh.
No
and
doubt.
So sometimes, which is, Nick was like, Canadian audiences are very, sorry, my friend Nick that was in the show, he's like, Canadian audiences are very polite, and these are a lot of American jokes that are like sometimes just like dumb sex jokes. And he was like, we don't get a lot of laughs on some of them just because it's a different culture, and they don't necessarily laugh at the same things we laugh at. And so I was hee-hawing laughing at jokes left and right. And he was like, babe, it was so good for me because I heard you. Like, I heard you in the house, like in the Broadway house, in the Royal Theater. I knew you were there. If I didn't know you were there, I would have known you were there.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
So I was like, oh, love, sweet. But it was kind of the same way for me too. Like, in that there were times that like I laughed. I don't know if it's because I'm American or whatever, but I laughed at stuff no one else laughed at in that movie. Because I thought it was genuinely laugh out loud funny in some areas.
It is. Like,
but I was the only one that laughed.
Their relationship when he's having roommate issues is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's really, really funny.
It is very funny. The like mission control videos where he's like, can you hear this? And he's like, yes, Grace. What about now? Yes, Grace.
Yeah. It's phenomenal.
Funny.
It's really funny.
I also cried a lot. It got me a couple times.
It's a 4-act movie, Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you think you're done and then you get one more act. kind of cool.
Yeah.
The references to the Beatles.
Yeah, that was kind of fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of really cool references in this in the movie too. That
it was a lot of fun. I texted Liz the thing that made me cry the most was Rocky Fix. And I was like, yeah, I cried pretty hard. In a lot of places I actually like had tears streaming down. So that was I don't do that often. So
that's good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
I think I'm done. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm tired. And I'm also very tired. We'll talk about my disdain for fantasy dwarves another time.
Sure. Yeah, that it can be an offline conversation. We'll just call Liz and let her know what's going on.
They're just fucking terrible.
I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, but yeah.
Okay, show me one good one.
I mean, Gimli?
There it is. Gimli's just okay.
Gimli's, I mean, as far as like dwarfs go, he's pretty cool.
Gimli's just your dorky nerd friend who just happens to be with you. It's terrible.
Well, we can get like in the weeds into it another time for sure, but
Gimli,
yeah. Thanks, Liz. Yes, Liz. This is why we're friends. This is why we're friends. It's good stuff. It is really good stuff. So, cool. Well, then we'll get back together and hit the next chapters.
Yes. Sometime either this week or this weekend, we will catch up and do the next section of Cult of Frost and Starlight, because I got to update some people on my dating situations.
Oh,
things are getting new. And we love your content. Emily, thank you. Hope I'm looking in the right direction. Emily, thank you. Check her out at the Smart Oracle. Check us out at the Kitchen Couch. If you like this content, please
like and subscribe.
And we will check you out next time on the Kitchen Couch.